see what happens as we jump in with Benjo Stark to start off here.
And Benjo Stark, he's going to push, and he's going to push hard. Let his presence be known. He walked up, at least got a little bit of a trade, and I guess under his belt. As we now approach here, the Rockets in the possession of the James Dean. Man, that names bring back some memories.
That's a big, you know, even though he only got 1 kill, Benjo Stark, he allowed his teammate to get the Rockets. And you know, that Rocket, you know, he was able to get a kill. They got the spawns, they got the hill. So even though Benjo Stark went, you know, 1-1 on that, you know, 1-for-1 trade, he's enabled his team, excuse me, to start off with a little bit of lead here as James Dean's going to be taken down, and 2 go down to the side of First Minion. And Monsteria goes down as well. And, you know, you hear Crackdown kind of playing his life as they jump on the hill. We gets wiped is, you know, not a lot of time for either team. They're shotgun in the hands of Crackdown. He's kind of playing his life, just kind of watching that the tires area. As you know, the team has control of the hill, but you know, not a lot of time goes on as 3 go down from the side of we get wiped. So Crackdown's able to play his life, almost gets a double kill, but gets taken out.
Crackdown playing that position in the B site, just making sure that he's there for his team. He did great at holding that spot until he was the last one left. Get taken out. I mean, both of these teams have made similar progress toward this first point. As Goose ACD tries to catch him off guard, it's not going to happen. Crazy Rock, Benjo Stark get the triple kill on the board, folks. We saw it here. Oh, yeah.
Great slaying by Benjo Stark. You know, he's really, you know, put that Bulldog to excellent use. As now another battle for the Rockets is on, and it looks like the side of We Got Wiped is going to sneak away with it with, I don't know what that is. So is there King Ginga? I'm just guessing. But the first hill does go in the favor of First Minion, even though the Rockets are in the hands of King, I believe. That's what I'm going to call him from now on.
Yeah, King Kenta. I mean, that sounds really good, actually. Hope we're right.
Yeah, King Kenta, you know, didn't get any kills with the Rockets, but, you know, they still got control of this second hill. Whoa. Which is big.
Man. I mean, from his perspective, that nade, I mean, that nade, he cuddled with it as it exploded. First point goes on the board. We're going to see approaching the second. A lot of progress from the side of We Get Wiped, but unfortunately, First Minion only has just a little bit of progress. Not quite enough to at least confirm that they're still in it to win it. As the progress toward this point by We Get Wiped currently is triumphing that. Look at Sage right now. 6 kills, 6 assists. I just love to see high assist performers. Also, a shout out to both of these teams for their total overall assist to kill participation. You can tell, folks, that we are watching Masters level players right now.
Yeah, you know, when teams are really assisting each other well, it means they're shooting together, they're playing better as a team together, which should most likely be the case in the Masters mixed division, right? So on here, and it does look like the side We Get Wiped is going to eventually be able to, you know, confirm this hill and get it tied 1-1, but it's been a bloodbath there, you know, in the C hill so far, as no one's really got. No one's been able to hold it for too long. It's just kind of been milked out by the side of We Get Wiped.
2 players now down on the side of We Get Wiped. We're going to see a little bit of an opportunity here for First Minion to get some points. They are going to continue to make progress toward this, but with Crackdown's Rocket in tow. 2 players down, a Killjoy with a double kill. He's going for the third, too. Crazed Rock still the only person currently alive. 2 other players now spawn on the side of First Minion. But, yeah, not really much of an opportunity here to confirm this point. We Get Wiped is very close to getting their first point on the board here in this King of the Hill match at Streets.
And Crazed Rock has 4 go down, a team wiped by the side of First Minion. Crazed Rock did an excellent job of just playing his life, you know, biding his time until his teammates could get there and being inside the base and just being a nuisance and getting the kills. And they got a full setup here with their full team now. is, you know, they're about to put their second hill on the board if they can confirm it here. It's really, they made a really good comeback as they were getting dominated on this hill. And it's looking like they may go up if they can get Sage out of there. And it's 2-0 now to start up this game.
2-0, man. I mean, that's tough. First Minion coming through strong with the James Dean leading the lobby. 12 kills, 6 assists, and 6 deaths. A kind of a good example of currently the ideal performer, paving a smooth road for his team to continue here in this King of the Hill match at Streets as we continues here in the Season 5 playoffs as we get wiped and First Minion go at it here in this King of the Hill match. I mean, it's just crazy. The number of assists to kills is really impressive to me because that's a statistic that I harp on that. I mean, as an analyst, I probably talk too much about it, but really every kill there's an opportunity for an assist, right? So really the closer you are 1-to-1, the better is it. That's a measure of a teammate's ability to work together. The more assists total you have, the easier each kill is coming. Wow, there's a triple kill. You love to see that.
James Dean comes in with the triple kill, and it's following a familiar script we've seen on the first 2 hills. That the side of We Get Wiped has early control and puts early time together, but the side of First Minion has been able to weather that storm, get the slays, and get the time that they need to put the first 2 hills into their favor. But going back to your point, you're exactly correct. Every kill has the opportunity for an assist. And that is a stat that shows your teamwork. And this, out of all the Halos, is probably the Halo that teamwork is probably the most essential. Like, you don't see this, especially in a rec league, where you just have this one guy going out there and getting triple kills, over kills, and just like dominating teams without, his team support.
2 points on the board for the side of First Minion. And we're in the first game here of this series between We Get Wiped and First Minion. And 2 players down on the side of We Get Wiped. I mean, that's going to give First Minion some more opportunity to increase their lead here even more. B. James Dean on the hunt. The rocket, wow, what a nade. Blew up right in his face as the trade is on the board now. 2 players down the side of First Minion. 3rd point on the board, though. It's now down to the wire as the alarm is sounding. And the ATM hill will now be in play.
It is sounding down, down 3-0. And only really 2 minutes. The side of First Minion decide that they just want to play slays. And even if they don't get this hill and it's 3-1, just make it, complicated for them to get the hill. Make it hard for them to get the hill. Make them use that time up to get this hill, come through, and not necessarily need to even get the 4th hill to win the series, like win this first game.
King Kenta with the Rockets. I mean, We Get Wiped. They have good progress toward their first point here. He's just going to put some shots on the James Dean. He gets shot at as well as he kind of overcommits that peak. He backs up with the rocket. Gets 1, gets 2. That's a double kill on the board for King Kenta. He's going to grab this shotgun and be on the ready, too, as he's very close to collecting the first point for his team.
And it kind of goes back to what I said. They haven't really had to, waste time getting this hill, right? I said it like the 213 mark, and we're only at the 157, so that was a quick hill in their favor. But this is going to be the hardest hill to take, right? That bottom mid hill where it's just, it's a cluster of slays, grenades, and everything, and it's really hard to get any significant time on that hill, especially if, especially in Masters Mix, where, the teams know what they're doing, they got the strategies down, and the teamwork going to be a little bit better than what you might see in a contender or challenger match.
Yeah, and wow, all 4 down on the side of First Minion. Smooth roads are beginning to be paved. This is a mid-hill, too. This is usually a cluster of abysmal, but man, they're really showing great performance here as the squad wipe helps get them halfway toward this point. Close to the 2nd point on the board, as it seems like We Get Wiped just started trying.
Yeah, it's really odd to see that, they were getting dominated, though, right? So they're on any of the hills. They kind of were at each of the hills and had an early lead and just kind of, I don't want to say choked it away, because I do respect what, the side of First Minion was able to do to gain those hills. But, you know, they were in those hills. So, you know, maybe they're just, you know, warmed up a little bit more. They should be warmed up since they played the quarterfinals. But, you know, maybe they're just getting, you know, getting back on, getting their team shots together, and just being a little bit more coordinated. But, you know, a lot of time has gone off. They only need a little bit to confirm this hill. It's Crazy Rock.
Wow.
Picks up the rockets. He's on a killing spree.
Dang, he's almost able to get out of that. Great micro movements there from Crazed Rock. Oh, and with the double kill once again. Goose ACD is able to grab it. Oh no, that rocket just didn't fire as quite expected there. But man, the second point is now on the board as We Get Wiped is averting this defeat 2 times in a row. And look at them, they're already got presence on the next move. We Get Wiped and buckled down here. Goose ACD with 1. Can he get 2? Not quite. Two down though. For the side of First Minion, more points to be gathered here as We Get Wiped is going for their 3rd point here in King of the Hill on streets.
Really good flank. Really good flank. Even though he ended up dying, he delayed the push and enabled more time to go on that hill for his team. And, you know, I was talking about them playing for slays, but, I mean, they haven't even taken a minute off the board since when I said that, and put 2 hills to their scoreboard. As D. James' team is being a little sneaky, as it looks like Sage is going to jump in, but he's not. This shotgun could be, you know, he's on last second. Oh, but he gets the trade. That's a huge trade by Sage to be able to get out there and not just lose his life without getting a life of his own.
Yeah, right. It's a give and a take, little yin and the yang, man. I tell you, that's such a positive merit that Halo has for it, is that there's just such perfect symmetry that you can find in it. But yeah, man, both of these teams have a lot toward this next point, and you know which team needs it, you know which team wants it. But it's all gonna come down to this. We're gonna see We Get Wiped still being able to get that timer a little bit forward. The rockets have spawned. King Kenta's gonna go for it. He's not able to confirm it, but that's gonna give the time that they need to mitigate loss. And tied 3-3. It's now down to this final few moments here in this King of the Hill game. Oh my God!
Big kill by Monsteria because he's able to get the rockets, which should, you know. He got 1 pick with it, but, you know, his team's up. It's a 3v4 right now. You know, they got a little bit of a setup, but, you know, the picks are coming in again from the side of We Get Wiped. But, you know, early time going in their favor, and they can just sort of, you know, get the spawns in their favor with their team after they come off the desk. But the push comes in, and they comes down and takes them out, and that's,
oh my God,
that's 3 down.
What a formidable adversary We Get Wiped has turned out to be. Look at this. We're down to the wire here. And initially, First Minion got a lot of progress toward the final point. And then We Get Wiped came in and just said, no, it's time for us to have a go at it. And they've now come back and tied their progress toward the final point here in this King of the Hill match. 3 more players now down on First Minion. What is happening? It's all falling out apart. Could this be the final few moments? We Get Wiped gonna finish this?
I mean, it's looking like it. And the momentum going into the Slayer game will be heavily in their favor after the side of First Minion was up 3-0 to start this game. And, you know, unless they get in there and get a full team wipe, I'm feeling like the side of First Minion is going to actually lose this. And We Get Wiped, getting the kills they need. Monsteria tries to get the kill, and that's game. What a comeback.
Dang, We Get Wiped.
And King of the Hill.
Into the second match here, Team Slayer at Aquarius.
Yeah, and you know we as casters always tend to root for the game 5, right, Sozer?
Amen. Yeah, any time that the situation can become more intense, I'm all for it.
As it
what makes Halo great.
A full team wipe there for the side of We Get Wiped. They wipe the whole side of First Minion. Sage is trying to play his life, but the spawner comes in and takes him out. And, you know, that was a good opening break. So, you know, the side of First Minion's really going to need to get it together, get some team shots, take down the invisible guy, gets a lot of shots onto him. But, you know, like I was talking about, the control. Oh, Benjo Stark takes him down. But, you know, that was a big, 7-3, that invisible and the heat wave. Like I was talking about before the match, like that's an important thing, an important combo to have. especially at the start here.
Being a high kill to assist participation currently for We Get Wiped. Double kill by Crazed Rock that you love to see. He's pushing into this yellow utility here. A nade there from Benjo Stark helps him get an assist. Currently 9-7. This Team Slayer game here at Aquarius continues between First Minion and We Get Wiped in Mixed Masters playoffs. Thank you all very much for joining us tonight.
Yes, we appreciate everybody's support. I hope you guys are enjoying the season. And if it's your first time tuning in, thanks for coming in and checking it out, as we got a really, close match so far here at 11-10.
13-12. It's quite neck and neck here in this game between First Minion and We Get Wiped. As Team Slayer, especially here at Aquarius, you have a few different assets on the map that you need to control. And it's funny because sometimes influencing the people to spawn, influencing the teams to spawn in the refrigerator is often a tactic used by my adversaries that I've yet to be able to figure a way to overcome. And you know that refrigerator is just the worst place to spawn, and anytime you do, it's always an uphill battle from there.
Yeah, and James Dean was able to get the invisible, but he wasn't able to get away with the invisible. So that was a good job by the side of We Get Wiped of taking him down. But, slowly but surely, it's just been a really evenly matched game through and through. We Get Wiped got out to the early lead, but First Minion has weathered that initial storm in Slayer and has taken a 2-kill lead. They seem to be together, putting in good team shots. They get the trades. 2 down, 2v2.
Man, oh man. I mean, second series of the match, when We Get Wiped already has a win under their belt, and being this neck and neck into the second, both teams probably don't have any sense that that they can come out on top unless they continue to stay or continue to stay at their enemy's neck. Because right now, the sense of togetherness I'm seeing more so. Really, oh my, Crazed Rock with 7 assists. We see Crackdown with 6 assists. We do have some predominant players. In fact, it almost looks like First Minion still has a higher percentage of assist participation. More assists have been gained as we watch the perspective of Crackdown here. Currently 7 assists under his belt with 7 kills. 26-23, up by 3 points. We Get Wiped still in the lead.
Really back and forth game so far. The initial slays, went in We Get Wiped's favor. They were up 7-3 to start the game, but weathered the storm by First Minion. And this next invisible is going to be big. Whoever's going to get this, and if they can get away with it, it will probably determine who comes out a little bit, from this stalemate and gains a little bit of distance between them and the other team.
I mean, both of these teams are really neck and neck. When you're only 3, 4, 5 points, I mean, that's just a team's life. Like everyone trying once, basically, and failing, and that's how much it would take. All you have to do is not die for a round, but it's also one of those things that if you can get up by 6, by 8 points, then that's two teams worth of lives. So it takes at least that many tries of trades. And as we get toward the end here, it could come down to just that. How many engagements are going to be a trade, just to push the match ever closer to, but still even between these teams. 31-30. First Minion almost able to take this lead, but still now down by 1.
Yeah, and Goose did a great job of putting damage in and kind of playing his life over there, but eventually, he just did not get the information he needed from his teammates on where those, respawners came in. And, 33-32 on the side of First Minion, and if they get this kill, they'll go up 2. There's 3 down. If they can get map control with these 3 down, it could, pace them to getting a little bit more of an advantage here as we approach that 40 kill mark when everything sort of slows down a little bit.
Oh my gosh, you're not wrong at all. I mean, the seriousness of the situation can be realized by any one of the teammates and then communicated, and then everyone simultaneously acts together and begins to just cut their corners and act more as a unit and do what they probably, arguably, could have been doing the entire time.
Yeah, and this invisible is going to be big, right? I mean, the team that gets this at a 36-35 lead, you know, if they can get away with it cleanly, you know, that gives them the advantage. But, you know, 3 go down for the side of First Minion, and Crackdown's able to pick it up. He hasn't been able to get away with it yet since he's one shot, but I'm thinking they're not going to be able to see him. He does a good job here. If he gets away with it, he can give the information to the rest of his team, and they can kind of, you know, make the pinches necessary. As we're still back and forth, and no one's really been able to get, you know, a sizable lead yet. 39-37 as we approach the 40. That's a big assist. 47-30. 40.
It was a good life.
38 now.
Yeah, Crazy Draw came out of that. I mean, that was a good life. I mean, you know, contributed to 2 or 3, got 2 of his own. And those are the types of situations you need to constantly have happen. But down by 3 now, we get wiped. Currently getting the lead. Look at Crackdown, 12 assists. He has so much output, man. 13 kills. He's the top killer in the lobby. He has the most assists in the lobby. He has the least deaths in the lobby. What an absolute maniac right now. It's the side of Crackdown.
Yeah, and it's 44-41, and it really hasn't slowed down like, you know, you see in a lot of maps, like on Aquarius and Slayer especially. But right now, the side of We Get Wiped still just maintaining that 2-kill lead, and they only need trades at this point. They trade out, they win this, and they're up 2 maps to 0. So, you know, the side of First Minion's going to need to play their lives better, as it's a one kill game. Extra trying to go in for it. He gets the kill. He plays his life. 46-45. He's going to get he gets another kill. 47-45. 48-45. We're approaching it. 49. They need 1 more. And 4 more is needed out of First Minion. This is going to be a hard hill to climb. They're all kind of pinned in that base. If they're making the... And there you go. They get the trade. And that's going to be 2-0 to the side of We Get Wiped.
As we watch these quite good players play Halo Rec League as the 3rd and potentially final match of this series continues.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see who gets these power-ups off the break. Because, you know, in Capture the Flag Bazaar, you're going to need 2 slays, if not 3 slays, to get a full flag run. You know, it's really hard on this symmetrical map. You know, there's not a lot of avenues on which you can take the flag and have cover and be able to, you know, not to resist the overextensions and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see what happens off the break here. As you know, kind of slates have kind of gone back and forth. No real control of the map has been, you know, exerted by either team yet so far.
Dude, I have to just make this random comment. There is something so incredibly satisfying about the way the Needler moves when you use it to melee. I just saw someone melee with the Needler, and it's just like, I picture that meme where the person's touching both sides of their face, and it's just like, that feels so nice. But First Minion and We Get Wiped here in what could be the 3rd and final match. Capture the flag here at Bazaar as Sage, the currently only person down on We Get Wiped, 3 down on the side of First Minion. I think that was pretty close to a full squad wipe, but Munsaria is going to make it a full squad wipe as We Get Wiped is able to step up to the plate and continue to defend and persist.
Well, and that's the first, you know, the first wipe that they needed to get into the base. Now they're going to need the slays to get it out of the base and make this an effective, you know, flag run. And you see King, I mean, I'm going to fumble his name here a few times. But him and Crackdown just, you know, they played their lives. They were trying to see where the spawners came. They got the information. And this is a fast flag run. You know, not the typical flag run on Bazaar, you know. But you've seen a lot of the HCS teams start to make this move. Particularly United likes to go down and look at that cap. Just such a quick cap.
Wow.
Going down that basement side of the map.
Yeah. The sneaky route. So
yeah, the sneaky route that wasn't used a lot early in, you know, early in Infinite's, you know, lifespan competitively. But, you know, slays have come in for the side of First Minion. They're a little behind the 8 ball, being down 2-0, but, you know, he's able to get it almost halfway.
What an incredible flag run.
Yeah, considering he was, you know, so much damage taken by him, but, you know, 3 go down for his team, so that one's going to get punched back home by the side of first.
I mean, they got the return there, but that was just, I think, a props goes out to Monsteria. I mean, I think also good content for Halo Rec League. It demonstrates really good movement mechanics. He juggled the flag really well. Just got a lot of ground covered with a little amount of time while handling the flag and being under pressure and being shot at. I think there's notes we could have taken just on that few seconds of gameplay demonstrated there by Monsteria.
Yeah, and we're looking at Crackdown, who's got 9 kills and, you know, only 3 deaths. He's pacing the lobby. And then you got to look at Sage with the 7 assists. An assist, you know, is kind of favoring the side of we get wiped right now. You know, not a lot of assists coming through on the side of the First Minion, which means, you know, as you say, they're playing for their team. If they're getting the assists, it means they're working well as a team together. Is Goose is going to start the second flag run.
That's absolutely right.
There's just some resistance, though, and gets taken down, excuse me. And, you know, getting it out of that big door is, like, important.
Yeah.
Because then it's harder to return. But, you know, you can't get it through the big door. It's probably going to go back as it did there. And this next round of... Sorry, I didn't mean to...
No, you're good. I was just adding to the fact that that big door is like a big threshold. Once it gets through there, you can proceed forward.
Yeah, and so it looks like Craze Rock has now popped the overshield, but he gets back smacked. That's a sneaky play. No.
Oh, you hate to see it.
You hate to see it.
Literally, that overshield just goes, see you later.
And that's a tough way, especially down 1-0 and 1-0 in the game and 2-0 in the series. You know, Craze Rock's thinking, I got this overshield. I can push in. I can get, you know, a couple slays, get my team in position, and now, you know, that all goes to naught.
No.
And now, you know, the side of First Minion is on the back foot now.
Up by 1. Currently, we get wiped, showing that they're going to carry this first 2 initial wins here in this series. They're going to carry it through to the 3rd. Ooh, a nice forward lunge and melee sequence there from Sage NH as he steps up to the plate for his team, helping that flag carrier continue to carry it through radio. They're going to make this all the way through, looks like halfway through the map. Sage and team. Looks like they're going to switch off roles. Yeah,
I like the pass hop there.
Ooh, Andy's there for the back smack. I think 3 players now down on the side of we get wiped. It's going to give opportunity here for this return.
And I think they're able to return that. They got the slays necessary, and that's just like so indicative of this map. It's like you need 2 or 3 rounds of slays to kind of get a flag run to completion. Punch it in your home base. Benjo Stark's doing a good job putting some, you know, damage into those guys in the palm tree area as his teammate goes in and cleans both of them out. And, you know, they got 3 up and 3 down for the other side of we get wiped. So this should be, you know, an effective flag run if they can get this last guy out of the base before the others spawn up, but they're not able to do that. And as we talk, you know, as they start this flag run, you know, the side of Rockets and Overshield, excuse me, come up, and it looks like the side of We Got Wiped was able to get both.
Banjo got the flag in tow. He throws it. Does get down, looks like into the pit of the middle of the map. Giving King Kenta a little bit of time to move forward here against the Rockets. Ooh, 1 shot. Crazed Rock goes down. I think that was the last rocket at the expense of King Kenta. Nades from the top, though. Benjo's going to be there to catch him off guard. Monsteria falls down with a shotgun. Crackdown just got the crackdown on him. Monsteria with this now weapon in tow as he's going to push toward the middle of the map to try to get some advantage here. As 3 players now down on We Get Wiped. First Minion with the advantage push. Benjo Stark with the whip, too. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you like to see it. You know, this is a tough map, and, you know, they're able to withstand giving up that second flag cap, right? As long as you're only down 1, you always got a chance, right, to go into overtime. And he goes for the stick and gets it. Sneaky stick by the side of James Dean.
The James Dean, man, I'll tell you what, I've seen some performance out of this individual, not only this season, but in previous seasons in the Halo Rec League. It's just a pleasure to witness the spectacle of this creature's gameplay.
D. James Dane is, you know, doing it for his team. They got 4 up, 2 down for the other squad. They should be able to get a flag run here if they can clear out these last 2 guys. They're not able to do so. They have suppressed Crackdown in the library area, and James Dean's able to take him out there and get the shotgun in tow with them. As the spawners are coming up in the alley side, trying to get the wipes, and they're able to get James Dean really just going on a spree here.
His coverage, his awareness is his coverage of the map is just it's really, really good. I mean, it kind of overcommitted, I guess, there toward the pit, and they pushed up Palm Tree right as I said that. But still, yet he's alive. He has coverage. He has control. His teammates moving through the map. He's right behind and supporting. Great position and sense of awareness there from D. James Dean.
We got a tie game here. They're going to be going on for the counter cap, though, as they were able to wipe 2 or 3 of those players out, but not able really to wrestle that base spawn. And, you know, King Kinka, I can't even say his name. I'm just fumbling his name all night. King, I'll just refer to him as King Kenta. You know, doing his job, getting some slays with that bulldog, eventually taken down. That may prevent this flag run from, you know, being a fruitful one as the respawners for the side of the First Minion. And, you know, we're back to even 1-1 here, and, you know, it's big. Big as Sage picks up the rockets here, and that's going to give them, you know, the key to unlock the first couple slays correctly, as Crazy Rock's not aware of it, and he goes down, and he's on the hunt for some more kills with this rocket launcher. Takes out Benjo Stark as well. It's 3 down, and this could be a flag run going for the side of We Get Wiped, as they're needing one more game to move into the championship, as they're up 2-0.
We Get Wiped is so close to ending this. Crazed Rock doesn't want to let it go, but unfortunately, as he goes for the grab, he gets taken out. 3 players down on the side of First Minion. That's going to give We Get Wiped this opportunity. I mean, it is so close. Look at this. The flag is in their base. A triple kill from Benjo Stark. He's not able to confirm still yet. See some pushing here through the middle of the map as the First Minion team is trying to push as fast as they can to get back to that base, but they can't get there in time, and the second point will go on the board.
Oh, they did it to him again. The double door stack, he remembered it from last time and looked to the one side, but they had 2 in there again, and they fooled him again.
Oh my!
Fool me once, shame on me. Shame on you. I don't know if that's how it goes. They got him that time.
Sounds right to me. With double kills on the board, this is absolutely crazy. All of these teams are doing everything they can to push presence in this. With 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock, no one's not pressing forward to get where they need to go right now. In this 1-on-2, the James Dean uphill battle, still able to come out on top, at least with a trade. 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, not a lot of time, and with their, you know, their season on the line, they need to get moving. You don't have to rush. There's no need to rush yet, but they need to get map control, right? They need to get a couple picks, get a little bit of map control as Munsteri gets taken down, and also Benjo Stark. That's going to make it a little bit more of an uphill battle, because they're going to have to reassert control as James Dean on the hunt with the Needler. He's going to miss it with the good thrust.
2-1, 35 seconds left on the clock. First Minion is now tasked with doing something about this. I'm not sure if they have 30 seconds to do something about this. They have to at least get there and go into overtime. If they can tie this, then potentially we can go into like an overtime situation. But man, I mean, it's currently down to the final few moments of this game, and We Get Wiped. If they don't do anything about this, We Get Wiped is going to be able to confirm this series.
And I think it's going to be confirmed here, so they're just on the
it's not looking good.
They're not going to be able to run across this and get the
there
touch
it
they
is.
needed. And that's
3 down at the time of defeat, and folks, that's confirmed. That's confirmed.
Championship.